Ladies and gentlemen, Kocosports.com is proud to present Wrestle AM. That's right, it's half wrestling show, half morning show, pretty much all BS, and you got the Coco crew here going to deliver you the latest in news and gossip, and particularly our take two, our review of Monday Night Raw. And of course, let's get down and dirty with it. You got me, the sexiest man on all wrestling radio. That's right, boom, boom, here shaking the room from Omaha, Nebraska. And of course, joining me from Tokyo, Japan, talking about the founder, the CEO of Kocosports.com, Dave Kokotis. Hello, Dave.
What's going down in the hood, my friends?
Well, not much. You know, Raw's in the book, and you know, a lot of people,
returns.
I know. A lot of people are logging on to the YouTubes right now. They're getting on the interwebs. They're getting on the keyboards, and they're looking for us here on the internet. And they're initially going to think, well, guys, what do you think? Well, we're going to get to all that. I will just say, wow. WWE just fucking blew its fucking load all in one night. But WWE Creative, it's just like they finally saw that really, really hot girl. For whatever reason, their pickup line worked. They got that girl to go home with them, and as soon as they got to the bedroom, it was just like, okay, whew, is it good for you? Yeah, because that's at least how it came off to me, to me there. But win, loss, or tie is usually how we start this thing off. So, you know, please tell us what you thought. Put it down here in the comment section. Win, loss, and tie, and particularly why you thought that. Dave Kokotis, I'm going to go out and say, you know, even though I'm going to make fun of it, because, well, it's just me, I'm going to give it a win. I'm going to give Raw a win. It's definitely a much-needed good show that they needed after a questionable pay-per-view. This would definitely be the way to follow it up. Now, WWE tends to me, to have a trend where they have pay-per-views, then they, just when they piss everybody off, they try to go and redeem themselves by having a good Raw the night afterwards, and then they fuck it up again. So it's like that, you know, it's like the idiot that you work with who fucks up, and finally when you call them on, they're like, okay, it's like a whole day they'll, like, you know, do everything they're supposed to do, but the next fucking day they slip a little bit, then you're reminded again why they're a fucking idiot. So that's what
did you just describe us working for Coco Sports? Like, that's how Pablo and Jerry describe us.
No, that would imply that we get paid.
Well, you know, we're getting the big bucks. I owe you a check for $1.13. As far as win-loss ties go, I think this is going to be all over the place. I don't see this being consistent down in the comments. So please, leave in the comments win-loss or tie. I think besides John Cena, which we've been hating on a lot, it was a night of returns, and I think they had one of the best segments in a really long time in WWE. Like, even on Facebook, I had to be like, well played, WWE. And I'm going to give it a weak win, just because the John Cena thing did leave a bad taste in my mouth, and I don't know if we're going to hate him that much. I might make a separate show where we just hate on John Cena, because then there's some stupid shit being said on Facebook. But let's not focus on John Cena, even though WWE is. Besides that opening promo and the main events, it was a pretty decent fucking Raw, and it was a night of returns, and I just want to say something positive. I know we normally go in order, but when something positive happens this much, I think this segment where The Miz, Jericho, and Wyatt's come might have been the best written, timed segment in WWE in a really long time, maybe in forever. As a guy who likes the art of booking, likes the art of storytelling, I just couldn't believe it. Great job, WWE. And I know a lot of, we're going to bash him, right? Trust me, but I just thought I'd go a little positive. Is it okay if I talk about this segment a little out of order?
We can just kind of talk about the highlights. We can get down into it. But I will say that was definitely a highlight. There were face turns. There were heel turns. There were returns. There were, you know, continuations of storylines. There were WWE shuffling the deck. You know, which I'm actually kind of surprised because, Dave, I'm gonna be honest. I read a lot of the comments from our show last night after we did the paper review from Money in the Bank, and Dave, I think, well, particularly you, we touched a lot of nerves last night. Some people got really sensitive to what we were saying. There were, you know, a lot of comments to, you know, hey, you guys are so negative. You know, I think things are bad, but they're not that bad. then some people were like, no, this is actually worse. I mean, it was all over the map. But
I think the loudest voices are people defending John Cena blindly. I bet you if you counted the comments and the reaction, it was way more negative than positive for that show. And you know what? Listen, I'm gonna make fun of I'm gonna make fun of positive people, YouTubers, and WWE. So if you get offended, I apologize. If you're that positive and you want to hear nothing but positive WWE messages, I'm dead serious. Why bother even going on YouTube? Why just go to WWE.com? If you're going to be positive and say everything that WWE's saying, why bother having a voice? Just get a fucking teleprompter. Don't even bother having a show. This is a place for passionate fans. If you disagree with me, that's great. Be passionate, but tell the truth from your fucking heart. There are too many YouTubers out there that are just fucking positive. This is every fucking YouTuber ever. Well, WWE didn't fucking book John Cena right, so who are they going to give the belt to besides John Cena? They didn't build up any mid-carders, made everyone look like shit, so the only answer is John Cena. You knew John Cena was going to get the title. I know the world is going to fucking end too. That doesn't mean I have to be positive about it. All right, let's get off Cena for a second. But I find this one, I want to know down in the comments more than usual who you thought was a win, loss, or tie. I did not pay attention to the main event. I was too busy helping my son look for a red shoe. Shoot. I thought that was more valuable of my time. And so maybe I'm not as upset because I didn't get to watch John Cena's match. But with that said, I'm giving it a weak win. I'm giving it a very weak win. A lot of returns, a lot of stuff to make you angry. But you know what? Even though I'm giving it a weak win, this is the perfect show to review. There's really good stuff, really bad stuff, and some in between. So, great show to review. This is why I like reviewing. I like shows where it's not all negative. It's just a bag full of shit. Because if it's all positive, then we do New Japan reviews, and we might as well read a fucking teleprompter like other YouTubers. But no, I'm excited for this review. I'm excited to hear what people think, win, loss, or tie. And please be passionate. Please give your opinions. That's what YouTube should be about. And on top of that, I want to know, what did you think? What was your final answer? Win, loss, or tie?
All right. Well, before we start off here, we've already got some comments here from the Internet Infantry, and if you want to ask questions, feel free to do so right down here in the comments section. Dave and I read every comment. Dave more so than I do. And we'll try to answer everything, all your kinds of questions. So be sure to get them in here, down here in the comment section below. Yuri Blake gives it a slight win. Grevin64 gives it a weak win. He's agreeing with Dave there. Trey Beeman, I believe he's giving it a win. Mr. The King RFW is giving it. He says he's giving it a win. And Player Dies. Our hero Player Dies.
Hold on, I didn't read the comment. I'm putting $20 on he thought it was a win.
That's an understatement.
$20 on it. What?
Our hero Player Dies says, and I quote, Raw of the Year, the Bay, what you said, B-A-E-B, the Bay is AJ is back. Oh, I guess the best is, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, I know spoilers.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. And Player Dice, we usually disagree. But if you are a fan of John Cena and there was a lot of great returns and a lot of great segments, I could see this being a Raw of the Year for a John Cena fan. I really can. But, you know, not everyone can sit through a segment. Not everyone can go looking for a red shoe.
Ooh, Forsaken, he's not impressed. He's like the CM Punk of the Internet Infantry because he is not impressed. He said Raw is a loss. Ooh, okay. All right.
I'm surprised not many ties. There's a lot of extremists in the Internet Infantry.
Yeah,
never saw that coming with us.
It's either feast or famine. It's either feast or famine. It's either a win or a loss, but so far no ties. Okay, let's just kind of run this thing down. I'm going to try to zip through this thing. Yeah, of course, you had the homecoming here, live from Hartford, Connecticut. Monday Night Raw. It started, of course, with John Cena coming out, or actually the Authority, then John Cena coming out. They congratulated him. They also announced that he is going to be on the cover of WWE WWE 2K15. Okay, and then they talked about how, wait a minute, this is, Cena was like, this can't be right. You're acting way too nice, way too soon. I've been through this before. And then they announced that at the pay-per-view at Battleground, and damn it, just saying that sends shivers down my spine from last year's fucking horrible pay-per-view. It's going to be a fatal four-way. It will be John Cena versus Randy Orton versus Kane versus Roman Reigns. So interesting to see how things are going to go. And they said even if he still wins, there's always a plan B. Cue out Seth Rollins music. Seth Rollins came out holding, of course, the Money in the Bank briefcase that led to our first match. It was Seth Rollins.
Hold on. Before we go to first match, can I just add something? There's a lot of stuff I miss in Tampa. I miss the Lightning. I miss the Storm. I miss the Buccaneers. I miss the best-looking women in the world, Clearwater, Florida. I've been to over 30 countries. It's a small city with a big thing. It's right outside Tampa, north of St. Pete. Clearwater, Florida has the best-looking women in the world. I miss Clearwater, Florida. I miss a lot of stuff. I miss the Devil Rays the most. I miss hanging out and seeing FCW, TNA, all within driving distance, NXT. I miss seeing so many independent wrestling shows that I've absolutely gone insane. I miss seeing my family and friends from Tampa. One thing I'm glad I don't live in Tampa, is I don't have to see fucking Battlegrounds. I'm so happy. I've never been more happy. I'm even happy that Roderick Strong, Tampa, Florida, baby. Woo! I'm so happy that I love Tampa, Florida. With that said, I am so happy I am in Japan and I don't have to see Battleground live. Thank you. All right, go ahead, Booms. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Real quick, Eric Young gives it a slight win. Shane Eberth gives it a win. And Alex the Sauce Boss gives it a win as well. So keep your... I thought
it would be more all over the place. I was mistaken. There's a lot of wins in this.
A lot of positives here. I don't know. But anyway, first match here started out Seth Rollins versus Rob Van Dam, both of them in the Money in the Bank contract match last night. 24 hours later, Dave, they actually put on a really good match. I think it was a really good opening match. I think it had a lot of good athleticism, a lot of good spots, considering the hell those guys went through just the night before. It went well. It went over 10 minutes, which is definitely a good way you want to start off. The crowd was hot. There was RVD chants, there was CM Punk chants, there was ECW chants. It was absolutely just a great way to kick off the show. Of course, Seth Rollins gets the win with the curb stomp. Then Renee Young goes into... Well, first of all, do you want to have any comments about this match before I go into post-match?
I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was a good opener. I was, completely angry John Cena hater, from that segment. I was just pure fucking angry with WWE 2K15. So, I was on a really high anger fucking rage about John Cena. But then Seth Rollins and RVD put on a decent match. And RVD, the last couple matches, has really been stepping it up. Maybe he's listening to Wrestle AM. He's like, those fat fucking nerds, they used to love me. I actually enjoy it, and, this has nothing... Well, it does have a little bit to do with the match. For a simple move, it's one of my favorites. I mean, simple for most athletes. I'm pretty sure. The curb stomp. New Jersey, baby. New Jersey. I really enjoy the curb stomp as a finisher. I do. So I enjoyed this match, and I felt bad for them. Because everyone in the arena, well, most people were just raging. You go on Facebook, they're just like, fuck my life. And then they had to fucking follow that. I think it's harder to follow that than Undertaker, Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. All right, so I enjoyed it. Great opener, short, and RVD is really stepping it up. All right, go ahead.
After the match, Renee Young is interviewing a victorious Seth Rollins, who asked to be called Mr. Money in the Bank. Said that, he can cash it in anywhere, any place, any time, and it's his golden ticket. Dean Ambrose popped up on the Titantron. He's told Rollins that this is not over by a long shot. And he said, you know what? Plan A failed, so Hunter had to bail you out with Uncle Kane. That's what he said. And he said, you know what? This is going to be more fun. He says, I'm going to haunt you. Everywhere you try to cash in the Money in the Bank, I'm going to be there. You think it's got a contract? No, it's got TNT. Every time you try to cash it in, it's going to blow up in your face. And I was just like, he said, believe that. And he goes off, or excuse me, the segment ended. And I think that was just a great opening. I kind of like that. Kind of set the stage here for a little bit later in the show. It's what we call foreshadowing, kids. Foreshadowing.
Hold on. I got one Facebook comment. This Facebook comment is Facebook comment of the day. I won't read his last name, but Phil, never give up. Dude, comment of the century. I'm sorry, but it says, damn it, Ambrose, go master some titties. All I'm saying is that is, by far, he just won the internet. He didn't even put it on YouTube. He's just like, I'm going to put this on Facebook. You just won the internet. Damn it, Dean, go master some titties. Thank you, Phil. Never
Hell yeah. I second that motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Say aye. All opposed? Okay.
All right, come on.
All right, okay. Let's show a little decorum here. Next, here's a good one here. Rusev came out, and I was like, okay, who's he going to squash tonight? Because apparently I thought maybe they're going to try to continue this with Big E. Lana went and did the whole, the Big E is a lot like America. It's a big failure. You say it's not about winning or losing. It's about just participating. Well, who's America's next failure? Who's going to come out and challenge Rusev? I guess that's indicating that the feud with Big E is over. And then out of nowhere, boom, Jack Swagger's music hits, and he walks out there with Zeb Coulter. Zeb they got in there, they grabbed the mic and told them just to shut their mouths. And he said, you know what, we couldn't go to your country and do this, but you come over here because you're taking advantage of our freedom of speech, our liberty. And you know what, you keep talking about who can stop you. Well, maybe it's a real American can stop you. And then they asked everybody to stand up, place your hand over your heart, and in a loud, clear voice, say it with me, kids, we, the people. And that led to a little bit of a shoving match. Swagger got the ups on Rusev, threw him to the outside of the ring. Lana held back Rusev, told him not to go back in. They cued the music. Rusev was pissed off, and they went to the back. And I've got to say, this was a face turn, and to me, this makes absolute sense. It's something that I think was in the back of a lot of people's minds is, if Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger are really like these patriotic Americans like they claim to be, why are they letting Rusev, say, and Lana say all these bad things about the United States? They've got all these, on the signs, they've got all these names of people, that need to be deported. Well, Rusev is a foreigner. Rusev is, doesn't speak English. Lana's bad mouth in the U.S. Why aren't they doing anything about it? Well, boom, they did something about it. It clicked and it worked. So I will give props to WWE. It's a heel turn. It wasn't convoluted. They didn't have to go reaching very deep in their bag of tricks. It just worked. So I will definitely give props to WWE for making that work.
Rusev is just money. Let's give Rusev a slow clap. He can get anyone over. Great job, Rusev. Great job, WWE Creative. Is it cheesy? Yes. But fucking, you know what? If you're going to be cheesy and you go Rocky IV, congratulations. Hopefully this helps Swagger rebound. You got to remember, Swagger was on top of the world before he had some extra activities in Tampa. So he was on top of the world until those extra activities. And Swagger might not be everyone's cup of tea, but if you like technical wrestling, he's one of the best. A lot of people shit on Swagger, but not realize how good of a technical wrestler he is. And the mouthpiece is just absolutely amazing. I thought this was a great segment. And, I feel bad for Big E because Big E seemed to be playing the Apollo role pretty good. But you know what? Rusev is a great character. Granted, it's been recycled. It's Rocky IV. We all know that. But he's a great character because he's helping people get over. You can see Big E be the new Duggan. You can see, Swagger turn face and people cheer him because they were pretty behind him, and I was really happy for Swagger. I mean, I got to see him. He's a really great amateur wrestler. He was the first ever FCW champion when FCW returns. The last version of FCW before it turned into NXT, he was the first FCW heavyweight champion, and he's a really great amateur wrestler. So I'm really rooting for the guy. I think he's a great technical wrestler, and now that he has a manager, it's great. So.
All right, now, Dave, we've actually got some comments about this segment in the comment sections over here in YouTube. And if you want to comment, ask questions, please feel free to put it down here in the comment section. Yakuza's, he says, Jack, Swagger, and Rusev was the highlight of the night. Hopefully Swagger will get the push he deserves. I absolutely agree. And Yakuza's, I'm going to ask you a question here. I'm just going to see how hardcore you are. Have you seen the Japanese film Ichi the Killer? Just yes or no, I have or have not seen that film. Just let me know. I'm just curious. No other reason for asking that. Trey Beeman says the Real Americans are relevant again. Yay! Mr. The King, RFW, said he loved the Rusev segment. I've got to agree with him. Absolutely. I thought it was good. I thought it absolutely worked. So it seems like we've got a lot of positive thing here. Let's see. David Stillwell says, I knew Swagger would fight Rusev next. That's I agree. That's a good one here. And then, God, there was another one here. Oh, it was Lacey Walters. Lacey Walters. That's the name of like two girls that I dated like when I was a kid. Anyway, the matches start off.
You dated a girl named Walter? Well, see what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you did there. At least her name wasn't Russell. Never mind. She says the matches started off good but ended too quickly. I really wanted to see Swagger and Rusev go at it. I think that's the point, Lacey. I think that's absolutely the point. They've got 3 weeks to build up this pay-per-view. So typically they don't have the amount of time that they normally would have. So I think they're going to try to. I mean, they've got 3 weeks to build up tension and sell a pay-per-view, and I think this is one hell of a way to do it. They pulled the trigger early on this. Hell, they pulled the trigger. They unloaded on this fucking show. Anyway, all right, kids, we're going to go to the next segment here. I don't know how to feel about this one because just when the Usos, you think they got the stench of John Cena off of them, guess who they're teaming up with? They're teaming up with Sheamus.
John Cena.
Yes, the pasty white John Cena.
Hey, fellas! Like that's it. It's the same exact music, just the add "Hey, fellas." Dun, 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 dun. Hey, fellas! I used to be great in the Irish independence scene, and now I'm a fucking embarrassment to my country. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, fellas.
All right, but everybody had some gold. You had the U.S. champion Sheamus teaming up with the tag team champions, the Usos, to take on the Wyatt family. This one, despite Sheamus being in it, was not a disappointment. I think it was just as good as the match they had.
Hold on. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh and cut you off. That was maybe the greatest thing you've ever said in your life. That right there is a tweetable. But go on. I didn't mean to cut you off, but that fucking hit a home run. Go ahead.
This was actually, we're pretty good. They picked up where they left off last night. A lot of power offense. A lot of us going to the inside, going through the outside. What can I say here? The Wyatts actually picked up the win. You had, I think it was Jey Uso getting just hit and clotheslined by Harper, and got the pin for the win. Somebody else pointed this. Did you ever kind of notice that Bray right now is feeling more like a background? Like he's kind of a background character, like they're trying to rebuild him back up, and I think they do, and we'll tell you why a little bit later on in the review. But I kind of disagree with that. I think he was kind of taking a backseat on this match because they're trying to get the other members of the Wyatt family over. Bray Wyatt's already over. People love him. When they came out, people held up their cell phones. They were singing, he's got the whole world in his hands. This guy's fucking golden. Now let's get the other two guys over. Okay, let's bring them up to the same level. Let's, they lost. They're hungry. They're looking for a win. They need a win. They get a win over the tag team champions. Boom! It puts them right back in the tag team title hunt. And I think that's something that needed to happen. Sheamus, I think he was just out there to fill like the third spot. But then again, you could have put anybody in there, and I think this would have worked. Hell, you could have put Dave Kocosports in there just standing on the ring apron, and it still would have worked. So, way to go, WWE.
Yeah, it was very interesting segment. Just want to get some Facebook comments.
Do you agree with my assessment of Bray Wyatt that they're kind of like throttling back on him a little bit so that way they can push Rowan and Harper?
The problem is Bray Wyatt, and this is just my opinion. You might not share this there, internet. My problem is Bray Wyatt is a very talented wrestler, and he's a super over character, probably one of the best characters going in WWE right now. But you've never seen him wrestle good. If you've never seen him as Husky Harris in NXT, you can honestly say he's not a good wrestler. He had a feud with Kane. I'm sorry. He had a feud with John Cena. I'm sorry. Who had he feud with last? It's just he's had garbage fucking wrestlers for feuds. So I honestly think they fucked them. They fucked them. Remember all those positive YouTubers? Let me quote all those positive YouTubers that fucking are defending John Cena. Remember this? Oh, Bray Wyatt's going to get his. He's going to win at the end. Positivity. Way to go. You fucking called that one, champ. You called that one. You called that one. The positive YouTuber guy, you called that one. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz. I just want to say one thing. I call people out all the time if they say stupid shit, and I think it's time for me to eat some crow. I once said the Usos were the best thing in wrestling, and I really meant that from the bottom of my heart. But thanks to John Cena and Sheamus and them becoming generic, over-the-top good guys, I'd like a moment of silence, as I've been denying this for way too long. The Usos are officially in the D Club. I didn't want to do that. They are the ass-kissing good guys. It's gone. Their coolness to me is gone. I used to, a couple months ago, my number one man crush was the Usos. Not anymore. Not anymore. I would start a "You Sold Out" chant, but I don't know. It's only me and Booms. It might sound awkward. So I would like a moment of silence. I love Bo Dallas. A moment of silence. A moment of silence for our fallen heroes, you son of a bitch. You fucking disrespectful Michael Cole motherfucker. Why, Usos? Why? All right. Go ahead. If you're going to accuse other people of being wrong, sometimes you got to bite the bullet. I was wrong. I thought they were great, cool wrestlers. No, they went the route of Sheamus. I mean, do they still have good matches? Yes. Are they the best of the D Club? Yes. But I can't look you in the eyes and tell you that, no, they're not on Team Coco anymore. Fuck that. Fuck them. All right, go ahead.
So you voted them off the island. Okay. Mr. The King says, I think the Usos had a great match. Why did the Wyatts win now instead of yesterday? King, I think it's because they were guaranteed. You knew you were guaranteed a title change at the pay-per-view last night, and to have a title change there, this is just my theory here, on that pay-per-view, it just would have got lost. Nobody's going to be talking about, oh, well, the Wyatt family won the tag team titles, because when you got a brand spanking new WWE World Heavyweight Champion who won it at, in an 8-man Money in the Bank ladder match, and then you've got, Seth Rollins coming out, winning the briefcase. Having the titles change on that pay-per-view, I think, would be overshadowed. I think they're going to do a build-up because they're not going to just boom immediately switch the title on the next pay-per-view. So I think they're setting it up to where there'll be a title change coming up on this upcoming pay-per-view that doesn't get buried in the shuffle, that'll have a bigger impact. So at least that's my guess.
And plus, at the end of the day, on Tuesday, I guess Tuesday most of the world, Tuesday here in Japan, Tuesday the Usos are still champs. So they put over the Wyatts and still got to keep the titles.
Mm-hmm. All right, next.
Okay, buddy. You need some CPR there?
Sorry, I just had a
got emotional? Hey, the Usos not being on the cool team anymore really fucking got to you, didn't it? You tried to play the tough guy, but now you're emotionally breaking down. All right, go ahead.
Let's see. There was a segment with Bo Dallas. They kind of recap what happened on the pre-show. Nothing really big. Nothing really big.
Shut your dirty fucking mouth right now. You know what? I shit on John Cena fans. I do. I blindly defend it. I will fucking shoot down all your stupid fucking things. I don't like John Cena. You like John Cena. The thing goes. But I know what it feels like. because how you blindly defend John Cena and blindly fucking just love him no matter how shitty he is, that's Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas is my John Cena. I absolutely fucking love him. I love this segment. I love JBL. Dude, JBL and Bo Dallas, just them doing what they do. Get rid of Cole, get rid of King, get rid of everyone else. Just JBL. Dude, JBL, Bo Dallas podcast? Take my fucking money now. Dude, no. Mad props. I love Bo Dallas. And I know I'm in the minority, but dude, fucking Bo Dallas. That's off to you, my friend. A tip of the cap. All right, go ahead. You can continue. I was not going to just lightly go over the Bo Dallas segment without just telling my love for the Dallas. Go ahead. I am a believer.
Yes. Next, it was a handicap match. We had Nikki Bella being punished for bringing her sister Brie to the pay-per-view. Was scheduled to take on the Funkadactyls. Cameron started out the match. Started making fun of her, the little sister drama, started slapping her around. Naomi tagged herself in and mercifully finished the match rather early. Cameron started pushing Naomi. They kind of it really didn't come to like a big fight, but they kind of pushed and they're kind of hinting at it. They're doing a meltdown here at the Funkadactyls. And Nikki, it was like, this is one of those matches where it wasn't long, it didn't need to be long, so I like that. And the whole point of this was not to, draw out the beatdown of Nikki Bella. It was to further the storyline of the Funkadactyls' upcoming breakup. So I will say it wasn't great, but it worked. It worked for what it was. I felt like it accomplished what it needed to, and it didn't go too long, which is about all you can really ask for.
According to Dave Seconds, I was counting. That's why I was counting. According to Dave Seconds, your recap of that match was longer than the match. According to, I was just 1, 2, 3. So, yeah, it happens. Like, why did they even bother? You know what they should have did? Just put a Total Divas spot on. Be like, watch Total Divas this Tuesday on E! All right, we got it. Thanks. Moving along.
That's not when it comes on. If you actually watched it, Dave, then you would know that it's on hiatus right now, and you can see the reruns on WWE Network. I'm totally better than you.
All right, I'm sorry. You are the Kocosports Total Divas expert. I bow down to your...
I don't know how the hell that happened, but yeah.
You're the only guy on the staff who watches the fucking show. That's how it happened. It's
Hey,
just
how else would I know that Cameron dates Vinny?
Yeah, that's important information.
I have no idea. Well, they probably say I just we're just not paying attention all that much. Okay, anyway, they gave an update on the medical condition of Bad News Barrett. It turns out the injury that he suffered in the match against Jack Swagger on SmackDown was a separated shoulder. He's going to be out for a few months, therefore they've had to vacate the Intercontinental title. And then I swear to you, and you could ask my girlfriend, she was sitting right there on the fucking couch right here behind me. I'm getting ready, taking care of something, and I hear that, and I go, okay, we've got a way. We're going to fill that. We're going to crown a new Intercontinental champion. I said, it better not be a Battle Royal. It better not be. We're going to have a Battle Royal. And I'm like, fuck you, WWE. Fuck you.
Oh, Battle Royal.
One, let me just say to Wade Barrett, one, get better soon. Get well soon. I hope you recover quickly. I hope he's not out too long. I know it's a few months, and it sucks because
now, if you're Barrett, how often are you getting tired of the bad news fucking joke? I'm pretty sure even his doctors are doing it. I got some bad news. Fuck you. What's the news? Like Wade Barrett probably fucking hates that joke going on right now.
Go on. Definitely hates that right now. One, he needs to get better. I mean, two, I really hate it for him because Barrett is one of those guys where he got shuffled around so many gimmicks. I don't think anything about him needed to change. Everybody liked him the way he was, but WWE, for some reason, just wasn't happy with anything, so they kept shuffling around gimmicks. They finally landed the Bad News Barrett gimmick, and it's not that we liked it, and it's not that it took off. It's just that they, being the WWE, the D Club, they liked it. And so, okay, and so they decide to push the guy. He gets the Intercontinental title. He's back on Raw, and just this happens. I mean, I really do hate it for him. I absolutely hate that. So please get well soon. Got a little choked up there.
You get emotional because of the Usos.
I know. Dan, let me ask you this. Do you think it's just kind of a cop-out to do a tournament, or not a tournament, a battle royal to crown the new Intercontinental Champion, or do you think they should have gone the way how they crowned Barrett to begin with a tournament? I think booking-wise, it would be easier to do a tournament because you just say, okay, the final two people in the tournament will wrestle on the pay-per-view. The winner of that match is the new Intercontinental Champion. Then I start thinking, okay, well, who's the two people that I want to see in this tournament? And then once I get those two people, work backwards and, then all I have to do is cut to like Triple H in the office, him backstage going, okay, here's how I'm going to take care of this. I've gone over some records. I've determined the top, you could just say, so it's a 3-week, we could just say the top 8 contenders. So you have 4 matches 1 week, or throughout 1 week, 2 matches the next week, and then you get to your final match at the pay-per-view. I think that would just be a smarter thing to do, but that would actually require some thought, whereas a battle royal is just put everybody in there, and whoever's ever the last man standing, this just requires no thought. I think if it was like if Battle Royal was next week, I could understand why they're doing this, but you got 3 weeks, and I think that's more than enough time to plot something out and have a tournament to do something.
Yeah, I thought the tournament would be good. I think the only reason they didn't do the tournament is they thought that they just recently did a tournament and they don't want to look like they're copying each other. It's not like WWE ever goes to a reset fucking button. Dun, 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 dun! But, yeah, so I honestly think they just were like, oh, we just had a tournament. But I'm okay with that. I love tournaments. Granted, I'm in Japan. Japan, everything's a tournament. Do you want to be...
Dave, if WWE is worried about copying itself, then it was a kind of a lose-lose because, remember, they just did a tournament to crown the Intercontinental Champion because Wade Barrett's the one who ultimately won that tournament, but also to crown the new United States Champion. Sheamus won over-the-top Battle Royal.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess they're just stuck with it. I don't know. I do not have the answer, my friends, but I prefer tournament. But then again, I'm a Japanese pro wrestling fan, and we have tournaments. It's like the J Cup, G1, Ring of Fire, blah, 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 blah. Everything's a tournament. It's great. Tournaments are
all right. We actually saw a little bit of a preview of that. Cesaro with Paul Heyman came out. I think Paul Heyman pretty much said that Cesaro's in it because, well, hell, he had won the Honor of the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania, and so he should be a shoe-in to win the Intercontinental title Battle Royal, taking on Kofi Kingston, who, by the way, again, put on a hell of a match last night for his
This was a really fun match. Oh, you meant last night? Yeah, last night was amazing, too. Kofi's always good. I don't know why Kofi doesn't get a push more. Okay, I really do know. We don't have to answer that. We don't have to awkwardly answer that. I know, you know, we all know why Kofi isn't getting a push, but not because of his talent. He's awesome.
Nope. This match was actually pretty good. I was, waiting for the whole obligatory. They're about to put Kofi Kingston back in the trunk because he's Shelton Benjamin 2.0 and therefore the new Gimp. But no, Kofi Kingston scoring a huge upset. He got out, he wiggled out and did a roll-up, got a 1-2-3, and I was just like, wow, maybe Creative has... maybe Creative has got some plans for this guy, or maybe they did it to show Cesaro getting pissed off and beating the ever-loving bejesus out of Kofi. Grabbed him, threw him into the ring post, threw him to the outside. I mean, beat the crap out of this guy. So, and of course, you had to have Paul Heyman basically pull Cesaro off of him. It was definitely a shocker for me tonight. It was definitely something I was not expecting. Pleasantly surprised, yes. I'm hoping to see Kofi get back in there. I mean, he's a I guess you could say, a battle royal specialist. He finds creative ways to avoid getting eliminated. I'm interested to see what creative way he comes up with this time. So, but Dave, I mean, what did you think about it? Did you think about the upset? Was it necessary? Was it unnecessary? What did you think about everything?
I thought WWE was hitting a lot of home runs booking wise. I think there's a wrestling theory here, conspiracy theory. I think they knew that we were pissed, and they're like, all right, we have to hide John Cena. Let's put on a really good booked show. I think it's great because Kofi gets the upset, but Cesaro doesn't look weak. It tells a great story. It's one of the few times where you're like, wow, everybody won. And you know what? When it comes to doing a story and build-up, that's how it should be. It should be like, wow, Cesaro won, but he lost, but he didn't look weak. Kofi won, but he, still had to take a price. So, and not only that, but this would be a good feud. I can tell you, I'll tell you this. I can watch Cesaro and Kofi Kingston wrestle for the rest of my life. I hope this feud never ends, and it should be interesting. Both these guys should be on top. They connect with the crowd, and they can go. Everyone always asks, like, well, what do you want from wrestling? The best wrestlers that connect with the crowd to be over, and I think these guys can do that. I really do. I mean, Kofi, you might have to have their promos, but I don't know. I think you can work around that. I think you can hide their weaknesses and have amazing matches. All right, go ahead.
All right. Now, Dave, we keep saying that, remember the reason WWE changed, they're PG now, they're for kids. Remember that? You remember how they always bring up that they're for kids?
And John Cena's for kids, even though the advertisement, demographics don't fucking show that. But yeah, he's for kids. And all those people that defend John Cena saying he's for kids, do any of them work with kids? Because before I got sick, I was working with thousands of kids a fucking day. Now, granted, it was in Japan and other parts of the world, but they still watch American entertainment. It's for the children. It always reminds me of this lady. What the fuck? Mm-hmm. Hold on. You talk. I'm going to switch.
I think I got to bring one of my characters back, Dave Kocotis. Now, I want everybody to kind of imagine me now here in a nice white shirt with a bolo tie, kind of like Colonel Sanders and some suspenders. And I got my handkerchief here because I'm sweating. Your Honor, I may just be a simple country lawyer. I may not live in this big old finangled city like Mr. Kocotis over there, but Your Honor, if it will please the court, I would like to present this next segment here into evidence that the WWE is not for children. Now, Your Honor, I would like you to instruct the ladies and gentlemen of the jury now to look over this here commercial. It features Santino Marella talking to his Cobra about no one showing up at his party. Well, suddenly, Adam Rose pops up there, and they start talking about this here twisted iced tea. Now, Your Honor, again, I may just be some simple country lawyer here, but I know that tea does not come in alcoholic form. You see, Your Honor, like any self-respecting Southerner, I drink it sweet and on ice. And this here sweet tea does not seem to be a product that I would advertise to a youngin. So, Your Honor, I would hereby submit by this segment of them showing off the twisted iced tea and having them hold the beverage and have the bunny come out with a whole cooler full of this here twisted tea that WWE, this whole PG there for kids, be stricken from the record, Your Honor?
Oh man, yeah. You know what? As an idiot, I want to say, as a marketing internet fucking idiot, I want to say this was product placement at its finest. Good job, WWE. But think of the children. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, what time did John Cena show up in the main event? What fucking child is still up? What child is up? What child is up?
No, dead serious. He showed up. It was after 9:30 Central Time, so after 10:30 Eastern.
Yeah. So there you have it. All right, you ready to rock and roll?
I'm just saying. I'm not opposed to twisted iced tea. I drank what they call, bitch beer. I drank a lot of that shit when I was a freshman in college. So I've been there. I've done that. I bought the shirt. But I don't know how I feel about alcoholic iced tea. It would have to be on the sweet side for me because, I'm Southern as hell and I love my tea sweet and on ice. Anyway, we're just trying to make a point that, every time WWE starts, well, we're for the children. We tone down. We're for the kids. That's why we do all this stuff is for the kids. I just want you to go, Your Honor, I'd like to submit this here segment into evidence. I just want you to do that for me. Okay, now that drug out just way too damn long. Next, oh, dear fucking God.
It's going to be okay. I don't even know what's next, but you're having a rough day. One free internet hug for you.
Tell me it's going to be okay, Dave. Tell me it's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay.
Tell me about the rabbits again.
The green grass, the farm, the rabbits are so nice and soft. We're going to be living off the land, George.
Vince McMahon's theme hit, and then out came Damien Sandow dressed up like Vince McMahon. He said that he was officially entering himself into the Intercontinental title battle royal, and if anyone had a problem with that, you were fired. Stephanie McMahon popped up on the Titantron and was angry at Sandow for making fun of her father and said that she was going to, that her father made a multi-billion-dollar company by toppling giants and was going to give him the opportunity by another competitor at the pay-per-view who's going to participate in the same battle royal. And I'm thinking, okay, here comes Big Show. No, it's the returning Great Khali who goes out there, chops him one time, pins him 1, 2, 3. This whole match, I'm not shitting you, lasted 6 seconds. Thank you, merciful God. And the burial of Damien Sandow continues. Actually, according to a co-worker of mine, I'm the reason why Damien Sandow's career is suffering, because when you think about it, he got his picture taken with me, and then shortly thereafter, they start doing this. So, but to which I countered, well, hey, I got my picture taken with AJ Styles, and he's the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, so I'm 50-50 here. So, yeah, we just need to do something different with Damien. For one, fire Great Khali. He brings nothing to the fucking table. Absolutely nothing. I mean, nothing. How the hell he survived this last round of cuts, I'll never know. He brings nothing to the table. Nothing.
Hold on, not so fast. Sir, I will do the impossible task of saying why Khali has a job. It's because of his 5-star match. No, I'm just kidding. Could you imagine the 5-star matches? No, Khali has a job because...
I will remind you, you're under oath.
No, Khali has a job because he looks freaky as fuck. Is his legs even real? And on top of that, he is a real big celebrity in India. So, yeah, and India is a very important market for WWE, TNA, and pro wrestling and entertainment. I used to own something called Combat TV. 10 plus years before WWE, streaming television online. Yeah, fucking groundbreaking, Vince. But yeah, we made a lot of money out of India for streaming television, legal streaming television. What? It says review and it's not fucking raw? No, legal streaming television. We made a lot of money from countries like India and Brazil. And yeah, it's a very important market for the world. And this got way too. Welcome to Business Insider AM, India.
Okay, just kidding. Just kidding. All right, we got to go to the next segment here. And in fact, this is where the limo came out. They were bringing out, the former WWE champion and cross-platinum multimedia superstar, Dave Kocosports. I want you to head this segment up because you loved it so much. Go for it, sir.
I thought this was one of the best written segments. I will throw them under the bus, not knowing story structure, plot holes, fucking giving shit away. I will get very I'm that guy. A lot of people don't know this, but where I make most of my money is from writing and story structure and helping other writers and stuff. So I make a few pennies here and there. So like when I watch wrestling, I get very angry because, well, you should know story structure. You should know how to do it. And I normally just bury them. Like, what the fuck? Why this? Why that? Why this? Why that? I'm that guy. But you have to, even though I'm a super story nerd, you have to give them credit. This is probably one of the best stories they told in a while. When the limo came up, as a fan, I didn't give a fuck who came out. I really didn't. It could have been Rock, Batista. I did not give a fuck. If Jericho was the first one out, I would have fucking not been excited. There was no one to come out of that limo. But then heel Miz comes out. And I'm like, oh, I get it. They hyped it up for fucking nothing. Oh, heel Miz. I like heel Miz. I hate face Miz and love heel Miz. And I'm like, oh, I get it. They did this overhype to deliver the Miz, and it's going to make people angry. And then the Miz cuts a promo, and then Jericho fucking returns. If Jericho returns without the Miz, there's no way anyone gives a shit, at least in my honest opinion. And that's why it made it so fucking magical. Then you have heel fucking Miz going, ha ha ha, I'm the fucking big star, get it? And people are like, oh, I hate heel Miz. And then Jericho's music hits, and the fucking storylines, reaction, timing. Like I said, if Jericho's the one that comes first out of that limo, it's a horrible segment. And they made something horrible with spoilers leaked galore, something great. And you know what? I will be the first one to fucking scream and yell when Daniel Bryan joins the Wyatts and quits. I fucking hate that shit. You need to pay attention to your product and story structure. But they hit a fucking home run. And then you're like on top of the world. You're like, fucking heel Miz, Y2J, this is fucking great. And then the Wyatts come down. The Wyatts have been treated basically like shit to the fucking stars. Bray Wyatt, he's gonna get his. Don't worry. But yeah, he's been treated like shit, and this rebuilds it. You know Jericho's gonna build him up. You know he's gonna have great matches like he did on NXT. And to me, you know, I will be the one who shits on WWE creative probably more than any human being alive. But with that said, you have to give them credit when they hit a home run. And this might have been their best segment in a really long time. Because like I said, if it was anyone but heel Miz coming in out of limo, I would have been fucking disappointed. And you fucking disappoint us, surprise us, and then put a surprise on top of that surprise, and the reaction, timing, even the wrestlers. You know, sometimes you can have a great story on paper, and it just looks like shit when it's delivered. No, everyone hit a home run. And WWE Creative, I promise you, I will fucking drill you into the fucking grounds again, but have this moment. Congratulations. Congratulations. This might have been the best segment in a real long time. I tip my hat to you, and well job.
It was great. You know, Rihanna Jackson commented on this. She says, I knew the surprise superstar was The Miz, but Jericho made it better. His return always makes us feel good, even though he keeps leaving. What kind of magic is this?
Well, because, like, Jericho can literally be the Prime Minister of Japan. It's because he's got everything going for him. I know this sounds crazy, but he does. He's a part-timer. He doesn't have to win. He doesn't have to win, and he's over. That is pure gold in wrestling. He's fucking cool. We cheer for him. Jericho, to me, is what pro wrestling should be about. And if you're going to be a part-timer, I know RVD is trying to be like Jericho. If you're going to be a part-timer, Jericho's the way to fucking go. And even Jericho in his shoot interview, I don't know if it's a shoot interview or just a regular interview, he was talking. He's like, I only have to win 1 out of 10 matches to be credible, just because of everything I've done and how much you're loved. I told this story before, but I'll tell it again real short. Jericho was so over in Japan. One time me and the audience, we kept cheering Lionheart. And he cut a promo how much he hated Japan. He cut this like 10, 12 fucking minute promo about how Japan fucking sucks. And I kid you not, it's quiet for like 5 seconds. And Japanese people are not famous for their chants. Out of nowhere, we still love you. I was just like, fucking Jericho. Jericho's the fucking man. I'm a big fan of Jericho, and this is it. But I wanted to do this in the beginning. Here, I'm using the screen share. Today, Happy Canada Day. Perfect time. Jericho's there. We should have did it in the beginning. I'm half Canadian, so I'm half disappointed.
Wait a minute. Isn't Canadian Independence Day like on Wednesday?
No, it's July 1st. It's Canada Day.
July 1st.
Dude, trust me. I might only be half Canadian, and I might be living in Japan. But fucking my Canadian fucking spider senses go off. I'm like, oh, it's Canada Day. It's kind of like I don't live in America, and I know it's July 4th is there. Watch me be completely wrong. If I am wrong that today's not Canada Day, and I'm not, Well, it's not in Japan. Yesterday was Canada Day. But
Well,
anyway,
it's not Canada Day quite yet here in the U.S. It's still just before midnight here, at least where I'm at here in the U.S.
Oh, okay, whatever. But anyway, happy Canada Day. We'll do it again tomorrow. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Do it live. The whole thing sucks. Actually, there was an analysis of this here, and I'm going to ask you this, Dave, if you agree or disagree with the statement. Right. It is WWE needs star power. They're having trouble developing stars, and so they brought back Chris Jericho. Do you agree or disagree with that statement?
Yeah, without a doubt. They need star power and they need credibility. If you don't bring back The Miz, you don't bring back AJ Lee, if you don't have all these returns tonight, all the hate that John Cena still has, that's what this whole show would have been about. That's what honest people would be say. You know, there might be those John Cena defenders that, like, I understand, I defend Bo Dallas to the very bitter end. There'll be those John Cena defenders, but outside of that, honest, opinionated wrestling fans would have shitted all over this. They needed it. They needed to hide the fact that people are not popular about John Cena. And they tried, but they failed.
Well, I think if, you know, their superstars aren't over and they're not connecting, they're failing to get over, I think that falls on WWE. I think that falls on creative more so than the actual wrestlers, and especially doesn't fall on the fan shoulders. At least that's my opinion, because they keep going to the same guys over and over and over again. Well, when you do that and you don't develop your undercard, you get what happened last night, where you get like 2 or 3 really good matches and the rest of it just seems like filler.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, it's just the returns had to happen for a lot of fucking reasons. But hold on, no, there is one thing. I want to take this small commercial break to do John Cena things. If you're a John Cena defender and you're like, well, who else is there? That's not a fucking answer. That's not a debate. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm mad at WWE because they made John Cena the champion. Well, who else is there? Well, fucking that's WWE's fault. That's not my fucking fault.
You know, to me, Dave, that would be like, you know, okay, since you like the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, we'll just use the Tampa Bay Rays as an example. You know, Tampa Bay is a baseball franchise, for those of you who may not know who don't live in the U.S. That would be like...
or those who live in the U.S. They're not the most... They're probably not the most popular team. I don't think you have to go like... People who live in New Zealand, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, I think you might have to go people that live in St. Pete and Tampa. They're your local baseball team.
Not the New York Yankees, no, it's the Rays. Joke there. That would be like them. They're scouting, you know, the college ranks. They draft like a pitcher from I'm just gonna fucking throw out a random college. What was one that participated? Vanderbilt. They won the College World Series, so they recruit like the winning pitcher from Vanderbilt, and they put them in the farm league. They start training them, and then they put them out there and go, you know what, this really isn't going to work. And they keep going with the guy who's been with the team for 10 years. Yeah, there's loyalty. Yeah, he shows that he can make it through in a clutch. But if you don't prepare that younger guy, you know, then you're looking stupid when you go, we're losing games because we don't have any good relief pitchers. Well, what have you done to get them ready? Have you put them in situations? Have you put them in ball games? Well, no, but why is that his fault? You know, you got to get these guys some experience, and you have to trust them. You have to let them close out some ball games. You have to let them pitch a few times. I mean, and there does come a point where the athlete is responsible and they have to get over on their own merits. But it's one thing to fail, but it's another thing if you set them up to fail, which is how I feel WWE does a lot of their undercard talent. They set their own people up to fail. They never give them the chance to succeed, and they just automatically write them off going, well, you know, they're not over. It's like, well, dude, they just got here. No, they're not over. Let's just let them ride their contract out. Let's keep putting the belt on John Cena, and I think that's what WWE's doing.
All right, you want to go to some comments?
Yeah, absolutely. Here, Julie Harrison asks, anyone else think Miz will win the Intercontinental title tournament or over-the-top battle royal? I can actually see that happening, Julie. I think Miz did the whole purpose of him tonight was to bring out Chris Jericho. They immediately set up Jericho in a feud with the Wyatts, I don't really think he's going to be that third part of that. I think he's just going to kind of go off and do his own thing, doing the whole take two. Hey, I'm back. I'm in the Marine 4, coming out in theaters or maybe not soon, and that's going to be his shtick. And maybe are they going to put together that Angry Man tag team with Zack Ryder and
you can throw Sandow in there.
Yeah, you could probably throw Sandow in there now, but no, I doubt it. I think if they were going to do it, they would have pulled the trigger on that one by now. So I don't think they're going to do that. But yeah, I could actually see that coming along quite nicely. But all right, Dave, we got to keep this thing going here. Speaking of Dolph Ziggler, he wrestled in the next match against Fandango with Layla. Apparently on the app, Layla and Summer Rae agreed to a truce. Fandango was already in the ring with Layla. They were making out, doing all their little thing. Him and Ziggler started tying up. Then Summer Rae came out to the ring, looked Fandango right in the eye, then kissed Ziggler, and I mean she fucking kissed him. And Ziggler did what any red-blooded American heterosexual male would have done. He fucking kissed her back, and I mean he fucking kissed her back. And
yeah, she was definitely uncomfortable. She was out of character for a couple seconds. Like,
I know.
He definitely took advantage of that situation.
Yes, he did.
He stealing a line. He steals the show and steals your girlfriends. And Dolph Ziggler's winning. That's good. Fandango's in a storyline. It's good.
When she kissed him, it's like, okay, it's part of the storyline. But when he stopped her and pulled her back and kissed her, you could see for like like Dave was like 2 or 3 seconds. She's like, wait a fucking minute here. Okay, I'm in character. And then goes off, and Ziggler's just like, hell yeah, it's good to be the king. This distracts Fandango. Fandango's asking questions like, what the hell are you doing? And then he gets popped with the zigzag. 1, 2, 3. 1, Ziggler picks up a win. That's the big one. 2, it's a win-win. He got to kiss Summer Rae and got to celebrate. Do you kind of see this being a feud? Do you kind of see Dolph Ziggler and Summer Rae kind of being not like an item in real life, but managing and
it's a possibility. It's a possibility. I mean, at least Dolph Ziggler has a chance of winning. Yeah, so
I need to mark this day down in history. Dolph Ziggler actually won a match on Raw.
I know, he's on the fucking Fighting Kangaroos. Bitch. That's our fantasy wrestling team for fucking you guys. All right, question of the night. I'm gonna say Layla or Summer Rae. I'm Layla all fucking day long. All fucking day long. I am Team Layla. Ladies, gentlemen, vote down in the comments. I'm Team Layla.
I'm going to go, you know what, I'm going to agree. I'm going to go Team Layla because if I ever had to date another woman with a fucking princess complex, oh dear God.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
Oh, Dave knows what I'm talking about. He got me through a shitty relationship. True story.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I know it sounds crazy, but just don't date bitches. There. End of story. There's a lot of great women out there, and you get stuck with that, good luck. I'd rather go home off to fucking Layla matches. All right, this is getting off topic.
What are you talking about? You would rather. You actually do. That and Kana matches. You can only get Layla and Kana to wrestle each other.
Roland Molly Holly, Awesome Kong, Alicia Fox. We have to do a Fave 5 of who we think are the hottest women in wrestling.
What? No, but yeah, it's a big Fave 5. Which 5 female wrestlers are in Dave Kokotis' Spank Bank?
Awesome Kong. I actually do love Awesome Kong. She's such a sweetheart. All right, we got off topic.
We're getting way off topic. This just turned into masturbation AM.
All right, let's go. Let's get back on track. Come on.
Get back on track. You know who you're.
All right, you want to do some Facebook comments there, champ?
Yeah, go ahead. Just go ahead and do a Facebook comment real quick. Go ahead.
All right, here we go. Boop, 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 boop. All right, stop. Damn you, Facebook. You ever try to scroll up on someone's chat and it just takes you to like 8 years ago?
Yes.
All right, Jason Rex, because we've been chatting since 8 years ago. I was telling Julie earlier today, one of my biggest problems with WWE is it does not give enough time for the fans to care about the storyline. I'm not saying it needs to go back to the old school days where it took a match to build up, but little Attitude Era, the Austin Rock storyline, it was so big that it couldn't even be held within a couple weeks. If they accumulated it in the 3 WrestleMania matches. I think a lot of us older fans have no really badass hero or anti-hero. What? Dun 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 dun! What do you mean? He's the ultimate badass anti-hero. Could you look at most Stone Cold Steve Austin diehard fans back when he was stunning Steve Austin and won in the ECW? We are not all Hulk Hogan fans. I was never a Hulk Hogan fan. Bam. So yeah, basically he goes on, where's the anti-heroes at? And maybe that's where Cesaro can come in. He's got a little more badassy. That's a word, badassy. I mean, there are no anti-heroes. The problem with WWE is, as soon as someone's a little bit cool, they turn them face and team up with John Cena. You had the Shield, they turned face and hung out with John Cena. Who else is kind of cool? They always do that. They turn them face. You're like, wow, you got something going. Even like the better heels. I mean, why the fuck was Miz ever a face? Why was Del Rio ever a face? They're just fucking ruining these people's careers. So, and we know where our anti-hero ends. The real anti-hero is probably Punk. I'm trying to think, who do you think right now is WWE's anti-hero? Maybe Dolph Ziggler? That's one pretty anti-hero. Who do you think, if you said right now, gun to your head, here it is, boom, boom, who is WWE's anti-hero right now?
Wade Barrett. I was going to, Wade Barrett, but I know he's hurt now, but I think it still counts.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I'm trying to fix my Mario. I don't think that's my question. There you go. Layla and Summer Rae, who would you rather have? And who do you think right now is WWE's anti-hero? So there you go. I'm trying to think who it could be. Do you have it? Maybe Dean Ambrose, but I don't know.
All right, Dan, we got to get this show back on track here. We only got a few more matches to go here. We had tag team action. We had a return match from last night's pay-per-view. We had Goldust and Stardust versus Ryback Part 3. I don't know why they did this. I guess it's just to completely solidify Goldust and Stardust. I would have preferred to have them wrestle somebody else. But then again, who's left? Who's left for them to wrestle tag team wise? They gutted their tag team division.
Dun 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 dun. Whenever you ask who's left, that should just be a cue. Right? Who's left? Oh, well, I mean, no one's left. We might as well give them the championship. Know what the WWE title is? Know what the WWE title is? I kid you not. You remember, we're old. I don't think they do this anymore. But remember when you could win a prize like a motorcycle or a car or something big, and all you had to do was leave your hand on it, and if you stopped touching it, you were eliminated? I think they do that in the back, and that's how John Cena gets the title. Who's left? John Cena's like, I'm moving my fucking hands. And Dean Ambrose is like, I got titties to go, master. I'm out. Good luck. That's it. I honestly think. For those, let's fast forward just to a reference that our audience can hear. Family Guy. Remember he tried to win the motorcycle and put his hand on it? Yeah. They used to do that stuff, but I think it was unsafe because people started passing out from dehydration. But yeah. That's how they decided the WWE Championship. Who was left? I mean, he still has the hand on the title. I hate fucking life.
All right. Anyway, the Rhodes Brothers pick up the win. I'm not going to talk much about it now. Next, didn't want to spend too much time on other things because I really wanted to get to this segment because this is the one I think everybody's talking about the most. Paige came out, and apparently she turned heel. Remember Jack Swagger came out earlier in the show, turned face because fuck it, why not? Paige came out, she turned heel because fuck it, why not? Saying that, she's proved herself, she belongs to be here. And then AJ Lee comes out, the crowd fucking pops. AJ's made her triumphant return, challenged her to a match right here, right now. Paige said, no, nobody wants to see me take you on, a heel tactic here. And it's like, I'm not going to let you do the same thing to me, what I did to you. And, well, eventually, then, like an idiot, she said, okay, well, I'll put the Divas title on the line. Paige and AJ Lee tied it up.
That was the worst negotiating skills ever. It was like, okay, that escalated quickly. Like, you blinked. You're like, I'm not going to defend this title. Okay, let's just defend it.
Yeah, pretty much that's how it happened. It's like, no, do you think I'm stupid? I did the exact same thing to you. Do you think, it's like, nobody wants to see me. It's like, okay, do you want to see me defend the title? Yeah, well, okay. Minute later, AJ Lee gets the roll up, gets the minute. It's like a minute 4 seconds. Gets the win, recaptures the Divas title, and I'm like, yeah.
Do you think Paige is in the back going, okay, next time you go on a honeymoon or vacation, call me? Like, she's just a stand-in. It's like, thanks. I'm actually, in ring-wise, I'm very excited to watch AJ Lee versus Paige. Just WWE booking-wise, that scares me. That scares me. They all can't beat Miz returns.
I was happy with the return of AJ Lee.
Yeah.
I wasn't cool with Paige just turning heel out of nowhere because they've been trying to. Well, they did a very piss poor job of building her up as a babyface and trying to put her over. It's like a bit of work in progress, and as soon as they get the little blocks up, boom, they just knock it down. It's like, what was the point? You could have put that belt on like Alicia Fox or anybody else in the Divas locker room, and it wouldn't have done nowhere near as much damage. I mean, hell, you might as well send Paige back to fucking NXT now.
Yeah, maybe she will go back to NXT, because I remember even on NXT.
This is a rematch, man, that had money all over it.
Yeah, it does make sense. Why wouldn't you save this for a pay-per-view? This would be the match that
save it for a pay-per-view. I mean, if you're going to turn her heel, I mean, if you're going to do this, WWE, go all the way. Stay, have her she's basically cut a heel promo. AJ wants her title back. She was like, you know what? You knocked me back down to earth. I learned my lesson. Okay, now she's a face. And she's like, no, I'm not falling for this trick. No. And just have her roll out of the ring and go, no, you want your Divas title, you're going to have to earn it. And I think it would have worked, and did the build-up to it. But instead, they gave it away. Not only did they give it away unannounced, they gave it away for free, and they gave it away in like 60 seconds. Hey, it's like a movie title, gone in 60 seconds. The Paige title reign story.
Yeah, it's just bad. But the whole thing is, hopefully she goes back to NXT and regroups, or hopefully there's a feud. Because even when she had the Divas title and had to give up the NXT title, as a fan of NXT and a watcher of NXT, I was like, I would rather see her on NXT. WWE fucked shit up. So,
we've got tons of comments on this here. So, Dave, I'm going to pull a few here.
All right, let me read the first one from Facebook, then we'll go.
Okay,
yeah, Jason Rex asked, do you think AJ returning could bring back Punk? I doubt it.
No.
I doubt it. I mean, it would be great to see Punk return, to be the anti-hero, but I just don't see it happening. Let the man be fucking happy and retire. I mean, I only want to see him come back if he's 100%, and I don't even want it to be rushed. Like, I would rather not see CM Punk at 92% than fucking, like, if he's like, I'm 86%. No, just stay home, Punk. Leave the memories alone. You did something great. Stand up to the machine. Fuck them.
Yeah. And plus, CM Punk does not need to have the door open for him to come back. He will come back. If he wants to come back tomorrow, he'll be back. He could be back on the road with WWE tomorrow if he wanted. I mean, he could call up Vince McMahon and be like, hey, where's WWE going to be tomorrow? Oh, you're going to be in, where are you going to be? You're going to be in Dover, Delaware? Guess where I'm showing up tomorrow? Boom, they let him wrestle.
Yeah, and the thing is, there's a lot of reports that Rey Mysterio and him, CM Punk, they have things in their contract. If they don't accomplish the dates, Mysterio with injury, because Mysterio wants to get out of his contract, but Mysterio with injury and CM Punk with, fuck this, I'm going home, if you don't complete enough dates, WWE has it in their contracts, according to the internet, take it for what it is, that they can just re-sign him automatically. So CM Punk might not even be a free agent when his contract's up. And the same thing with Rey Mysterio. So.
There's that too.
And like I said, that's from the internet. So some people put more stock in it than others.
I'll have to actually read their contract to find out if that's true or not.
CM Punk, fax it over. If you could fax over your contract so that we can have a more accurate statement on our podcast, we'd appreciate that. All right, go ahead, Booms. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to give a personal message.
That's what you do, I know. Let's see. Forsaken says, not an AJ fan, said that Paige had to drop the title. It really sucks. Yakuza says, I'm really confused about AJ and Paige, who's face and who's heel. Apparently now Paige is the heel and AJ's the face because fuck logic. That's why. We've got all kinds of things here. Mr. The King, the only thing I hated was Adam Rose and AJ Lee winning the belt. I'm going to go through here. I'm trying to go. We got tons of stuff. I mean, this is the thing that everybody's talking about, so that's why I'm spending a little bit more time on this one. Is Trey Beeman.
You got it. Run the comments, buddy. Don't explain. Just fucking let's go. Comment time.
Trey Beeman, he's saying, but Paige was screwed, and I know that Dave is livid that not only Cena's the WWE World Heavyweight Champion and will become the Coco Thanksgiving Champion, but is also gracing the cover of WWE 2015.
Dude, Rob made a joke. Rob made a joke about Thanksgiving, John Cena being my Thanksgiving. I was in a coma. It was like the longest story joke ever. And people just keep bringing it up. In Facebook, Twitter, they're like, oh, Cena's their fucking Thanksgiving champion. I'm like, I love when a really bad joke goes on way too long. Thank you. Whoever was that, give yourself a Barry Horowitz plus 100. Go ahead.
All right, next, I think we've already answered this one, but Shane Eberth, he says, do you think AJ's return opens a possibility for Punk to return at the Battleground for the Intercontinental Battle Royal? I don't think so. Let's see. I'm trying to quickly try to go through this. Lacey Walters, Paige versus AJ match was a complete joke. They deserve better.
Definitely.
I absolutely agree with you, Lacey. Absolutely agree with you. 100% here. I'm going to go scan through this. And again, I'm trying to go through like 900 comments. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but I'm going through a lot of comments here. Wow, there's a lot of stuff. So that's why they didn't promote Paige like they should have. They were planning to bring AJ back right after she got married. I was so happy because they really don't know much about Paige, but from what I heard, she deserved better than to be used for a few weeks, and that's Rihanna Jackson there. Wow, Rihanna Jackson, man, she just laid it down.
Yeah, Paige deserved a lot better than that.
Absolutely. See, kids, if you work hard enough in NXT, soon you'll get to hold the belt for somebody and then fucking job to them again.
Just never mind. I'm banning myself from John Cena jokes. There's just too many. Too many. Go on. Next comment.
Let's see. I'm scanning through this stuff really quick. I think that's everything as far as AJ stuff goes. So a lot of people are talking on it, and a lot of people are feeling, including me, are feeling bad for Paige. It was just somebody I wanted to see more of that I thought they could have ran with, but WWE just said, no, she's not getting over. We're not really supporting her, and then it's just, okay, they're turning her heel because fuck it, why not? All right, then we got to the main event here. It was a tag match. You had Hewitt Dave.
Dun, 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 dun. Is it the main event already?
Yep, and Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton and Kane.
Can I go first? Because you're going to give a lot more details than me. Can I
sing my little song before we go into this match?
Sure, go for it. I don't know where this is going, but go ahead.
All right, boys and girls, gather around the computer screen, and I'm going to hold a picture of all four of these superstars up on your screen, and I'm just going to sing, one of these things isn't like the other things. One of these things just isn't the same. Okay, go ahead. I'm referencing Cookie Monster on this motherfucker. Hell yeah. You won't see that anywhere else on the internet. Nowhere will Cookie Monster be referenced on any other wrestling show. Except for regular wrestling.
That's why we're the best in the business. One thing I want to notice is, you remember, let's have a little flashback. I know Wrestling Ranton is probably watching, leaving comments, and he does a lot of the old school guys. So, Wrestling Ranton, I want you to back me up on this. Remember when Ric Flair was the champion, about 15 championships in, and they had a tag match, and they brought out Ric Flair before they brought out Sting? Remember that? Oh, I don't either. Remember when Ric Flair came out first in the main event, then Arn Anderson came out? Remember that? Oh, I don't remember that ever. But do you remember any old school respectable champion being in a main event tag team match and their partner comes out last? Ever. They will do anything to protect this piece of shit. They booed, and they're like, oh, Roman Reigns, he's popular, right? Cheer for him. Yay! Who else do we have? I mean, obviously, the guy who's really fucking the star, the guy who comes out last, maybe you could have went with him. Maybe, I don't know. get cheered. All right, so that's pretty much it. I'm going to tell you what I did after that. A little baby, about 2 years old, baby Leonardo came in and said, Dada, I want to go outside. I'm over-exaggerating his language skills, but go roll with his over-exaggeration with me. I want to go outside, but I only have one red shoe. And I was like, dude, no. John Cena, you can't see me because I got to go find this red shoe. By the way, just want everyone to know, calm down. We found the red shoe. He left it in the toilet.
He left it in the toilet?
Yeah, this is the best recap main event ever. No, well, on top of the toilet. It wasn't actually in the water.
I thought you meant like actually in the toilet. And I was just like, how in the... I was like, I don't even want to know now.
Well, two-year-old, someone... This ain't my line, but someone said it before me. Someone probably a lot more famous and funnier. 2-year-olds are like blenders running around your house on with the lid off. That's just what a 2-year-old is. That's not my joke, and I'm sorry I don't know who the source material belongs to. But for you, sir, I buy you a Wicked Lemonade Twister Titty fucking WWE shirt. All right, go ahead.
All right. It was pretty much your standard tag match. Believe it or not, Reigns took on the big bulk of this match. He had to, was getting beat down by Kane and Randy Orton. He had to go over and give the hot tag to John Cena. This obviously allowed him to recover, to hit the Superman punch on Kane. He started brawling with Randy Orton that went up the ramp and into the back. Kane started to get the advantage on John Cena. Hunter told Kane to finish him, hit him with a pile driver. The crowd started chanting one more time. Roman Reigns came out and made the save and speared Kane before he could hit John Cena with a chair. It went to the outside. Kane hit John Cena with the stairs. That caused a disqualification. Cena's completely laid out. I forgot what the hell happened to Reigns. Well, anyway, Rollins' music hit. He brought a referee. He was about to cash in the Money in the Bank. Dean Ambrose came out of nowhere, started attacking Seth Rollins, clotheslined him over the security rail. They brawled throughout the back, and it went off then it went off the air. So all in all, despite the John Cena thing, it was actually not a bad show. I think, Dave, what I credit this to, you can go back and look at this on some of our old shows here, but Dave Kokoda said the biggest month for WWE is coming up soon. It's September. And to which I asked, well, why September? To which Dave replied, sir, that is when everybody's 6-month subscriptions for the WWE are coming up, and they need people to renew. So tonight it was like a big reset show. They turned Swagger face. They turned Paige heel. They brought back The Miz. They brought back Jericho. They brought back AJ Lee. They're just reloading, trying to build up something. They're going to try to get up some kind of momentum because that September 1st, because that September is closing in and fast. And so if they don't have WWE, I think it's kind of funny. They keep talking about how good they are. Everybody's like, oh, no, WWE, they know what they're doing. You just don't get it. But my question is, well, if they know what they're doing, if they're so good, why are they automatically just doing a 180 right here, right now, after they hit the reset button and put the belt back on John Cena? Why are they trying to distract from that? Why are they, bringing in all these other people? Why are they trying to do all this different feuds here, if not trying to build some momentum to get people to subscribe, to renew their subscriptions to the WWE Network and maybe pick up a few more? Because I'm interested to see how many people renew and how many people actually drop their subscriptions come September.
Yeah, it will be very interesting. And we got a couple questions here. Just they're sneaking into me, and I got a quick plug. So, Booms, scour the YouTube comments. I know you've got to go to bed soon, so while I answer this stuff, you can do it. One question I keep getting over and over: what about Brock Lesnar on the cover? And I think Brock Lesnar on the cover of WWE 2K15 would be genius because Brock Lesnar is above pro wrestling star quality wise. You would probably get UFC/fighting guys to buy into the game. Even if pro wrestling isn't your thing, WWE usually has a really fun game. even if you don't like pro wrestling, it's a fun game to play. And you possibly could get more people, and plus you get a lot of sports crossover. So I think I could see Brock Lesnar making it. Not that, but Brock Lesnar beat the streak. That's supposed to be a big deal. So, I mean, it's almost the biggest thing that's happened in a real long time. So, yeah, I agree with Brock on the cover. And not that, but the international market. Because I'm wondering, Japan is very famous. If they don't like the athlete on the cover, Japan is very famous at switching the athlete. They didn't like The Miz, so they switched him out. They didn't like a UFC 1. I don't know who was on in America the UFC 1 cover, but they didn't like him, so they put Rampage Jackson. So I'm wondering in Japan, will Cena really be WWE 2K15 guy? Because John Cena is not looked highly upon in Japan at all. At all. It's just everything that Japanese wrestling fans like. He's not it. So I find that to be interesting. And Forsaken asks, I just put this up in the chat, we need a new Kocosports Internet champion. All right, question. So make sure to vote. We'll add up the votes. I think Dean Ambrose is in the lead. It cannot be John Cena, not because we hate John Cena, but the Internet Champion is a fantasy thing that we keep track of, and you can't have our Internet title and the real title. So it's not because we hate John Cena. It's because John Cena was our Internet Champion and has the real title. So vote now. And now the question for you, Boots. Boots, for you.
Here's what I think we should do. I think we should do a separate show here, and we should nominate, let's just say me and you, let's nominate 3 people who we think should, this is
let's
just
go
our
4.
opinion.
Let's go even, the Ninja Turtles.
Oh, okay, let's go with, we'll nominate 4 people apiece or 4 people altogether?
4 people altogether.
4 people altogether.
We'll huddle up. We'll argue who those 4 people
We'll nominate 4 people, and we'll just say, okay, I think this person is to be but the Internet Infantry will have the final say, and we'll lay out our cases for everybody, and then we'll take a vote, and whoever gets the most votes is the Kocosports.com Internet Champion. So I kind of like doing it that way.
All right, and if Forsaken, who keeps track of fantasy wrestling, wants to know, if they get voted in, does the team get 5 points because he's a new champion? Or is that kind of bullshit, the guy that loses to
that would be bullshit. That would be bullshit.
Right. Boo Boo's putting his foot down. That's bullshit. You got to beat it for 5 points. All right. Bam. Bam. You got comments, or do you want me to plug one more thing?
Yeah, I'm going to kind of go down through here. Let's see here. I'm going to go try to zip through as many as I can. What Dave said was true. Dave said last night was true. It seems WWE wants Paige to fail, so they just used her while AJ was on break. And Dave, if you want to jump in on any of these, just let me know.
No problem.
Wrestling Renton says, does anyone know if CM Punk's contract is actually expired by now? It's July 1st. I know it runs out in July. I don't know what day in July.
I don't know, to be honest. I haven't read it.
By the way, both Malik Douglas and Wrestling Renton have corrected us. It's actually Dean Ambrose is the closest we got to an anti-hero.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm not saying it's wrong. Maybe, yeah. I could see that. So maybe Dean Ambrose is the
Trey Beeman is on Team Layla, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. Turpa21 says, let's face it, the only reason Cena gets cheers is because the charity he does and the WWE exploits it. That makes me sick.
I honestly think a lot of the cheers are people, pro wrestling fans, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. There are a lot of pro wrestling fans that don't like pro wrestling, and they just like to see passionate fans angry. I honestly believe that. If you don't believe me, they all meet up on Facebook. Go to facebook.com. I really think there's a lot of wrestling fans that they only like John Cena because they know other wrestling fans don't like it. And really, are you really wrestling fans? I mean, there are passionate John Cena fans. I'm not painting the brush like that, but I know there's a lot of successful Facebook pages and Facebook posters about pro wrestling who actually don't even like it. Like, I think there's not Dave Meltzer, but there's someone like Dave Meltzer. It's really high up that never says anything positive about wrestling. So, and I'm a negative motherfucker, but I think some people like making fun of pro wrestling fans more than being a pro wrestling fan. All right, go ahead.
All right, Mike Ashman says WWE had a bunch of returns to keep their viewers tuned in, and Cena as the main draw again. WWE is hot garbage. All
right, so we got some negative stuff there. All right, go ahead. Is that it?
No, there's still a lot to go here. The Nerd Man 2. Yeah, he ripped on the fucking show. He said, WWE show, not our show. We like you, Nerd Man. We're glad that you like us too.
We normally don't get negative comments until like a week later and someone's looking. It says WWE Monday Night Raw review. The graphic has the word review in it, and you're like, fuck you guys, where's the show? And you're just like, dude, I fucking hate you guys. I fucking hate you Go ahead.
Apparently, he was not a fan of the show. He said, that show was a fucking embarrassment. I'm ashamed to have watched it. Hulk Hogan tweets John Cena is his hero. Crowd chanting USA, USA, USA like they were in the Special Olympics. Ooh, no offense to the kids. But seriously, we the people, what is this, 1980? The Usos dancing around like idiots. Diet do? Need I say any more? Adam Rose acting like a moron with Santino. John Cena fucking sucks. The only cool factor is Bo Dallas, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose. By the way, Dean killed it today, and the guy is easily the best non-kayfabe guy on the mic of his generation. Sorry, Bray, but that's true. I could show some non-wrestling fan friends, Bo Dallas and Dean Ambrose, and not feel like a freak. Something I can't say for the rest of Raw. Glad I don't watch this shit. Wow. Angry?
Well, my whole thing is a lot of what he's complaining about is that's what Vince loves. Vince just loves that 80s style bullshit. So, I don't know. I'm kind of weak when it comes to that because I'm like, oh, well, that's what he likes. I guess we have to fucking take it. I don't know.
Let's see.
That was the most disappointing fucking thing. And context is everything, by the way.
Yep. Lacey Walters asked, do you think Stone Cold will make a return anytime soon? No, not. He's running his own.
Maybe an appearance here and there to plug his podcast and maybe ride around the bike and drink beers with someone he's trying to get over. But I don't think he's ever going to wrestle again.
I think he's done.
He'll make appearances. You don't think?
Yeah, he'll make appearances, but as far as like in ring, and this is fun for fight. Says, do you think WWE will return the Usos heel? Well, that's how they debuted. They debuted as heels. I don't think they're above that.
I think they're going to be stuck as the cartoon Sheamus, John Cena of the tag team division. It would be great to see them be heels again because then they can stop fucking. They just seem so fucking fake. Like Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas his character is fake. And Bo Dallas being a fake person is more fucking real than the Usos. It's like, hey guys, we're fucking buddies, right? We're buddy pals, yeah.
Okay. Coldest 90, he didn't like the show. He says, I thought it was a loss. It just wasn't very entertaining, even with the returns.
I could see that.
Eric Young, he liked it. He says, win slightly.
Eric Young's old school.
Swagger turned face. Ambrose broke our hearts. Broke our hearts. Be stopping Rollins. He would be a great heel champion. Heel Miz. Jericho put over Wyatt. However, Paige will never get a push, and Cena ruins everything. Hey, that sounds like a title for a show. Paige will never get a push, and Cena ruins everything.
I'm going with that's why you're higher ranking up there, sir. You're one of the highest ranking guys in the internet infantry. You're not the highest, I assure you, but you're up there. You got some salt. That's a military term that I don't know if people understand. But you're high ranking, sir.
Oh man, Yuri Blake has got a good comment. He says this felt like an NBA team, releasing people to bring back more people. I give it a slight win for the good matches, the emotional roller coaster, whether you like the results or not. You cannot deny it being very emotional. The returns were epic.
I know. I was very emotional when I found that red shoe for my son in the main event. I was like, yes.
All right.
Yes,
and that's all I got here on the. That's all I got there for.
All right. Let me plug something for our friend, indie friend. He's trying to do now. He's doing a Teespring.com. He runs a charity pro wrestling event, and it's James Legends Brawl. And he made an awesome-looking shirt for Ninja Turtles. Let's see, can I screen save this? Oh, baby, this is what I'm talking about. Google Hangouts, you're going to make your money worth tonight. All right, bam, bam. Look at that. That's just sexy. But anyways, it's a indie promotion in Florida. It's very kids-friendly. They actually put on their shows in the afternoon. They actually don't curse and sell alcohol, and the money goes to charity. But he's doing something called Teespring.com, and I'm a huge Ninja Turtle fan, a huge James Legend fan, and a huge fan of charity. So if you got some extra money, you can go out and buy this. You can also buy an Internet Infantry shirt, but let's right now focus on this. I think Teespring, he has to sell 20 of these things in 20 days. I don't know. But yeah, so there it is. I don't know. I think it's $15. Yeah, only $15. Wow, you could buy an Internet Infantry shirt for $24.99 and it just goes to our fat asses, or you could buy this cool shirt for $15 and the money goes towards charity. Yeah, that's a sweet shirt. So yeah, there you go. Helping out the indies, my friends. I'll put a link in the doobly-doo. Bam. Am I back? Yeah, I'm back. There you
That's
go.
one of the best pitch man in the business.
Yep. And now now you have the choice of, if you don't want to give to charity, if you don't want to help out indie wrestling, you can help us out with $24.99 an Internet Infantry shirt. I'm going to hell.
Yeah, but
This might have been the one show we should have plugged the T-shirt. But oh well. There you go. There you have it.
Well, I guess that's going to do it for this edition of Wrestle AM. In the meantime, kids, be sure to check us out at Kocosports.com. That's KOCOsports.com. It's your home for all combat sports. That includes mixed martial arts, boxing, pro wrestling, amateur wrestling, sumo wrestling. If you can get your nose broke doing it, man, we got you covered. We're open 24 hours a day. You can check out our news and gossip section, including our video on demand section. So be sure to check us out at Kocosports.com. It's where the world goes to kick ass.
And please like, comment, subscribe. We do a lot of shows. We plan on doing a lot of shows this week. We're slowly but surely adding more and more shows and adding more and more content. So hopefully this channel and our blog will be your #1 spot for pro wrestling and combat sports news. All right, thank you, and we will be back most likely tomorrow. As far as comments go, I will try to get into the comment section later to reply to most of them. Booms, I love you. You got work tomorrow. Thank you, as always, Internet Infantry live viewers. Please like, because the idiots that don't know how to pirate are coming. And I'd like to have a Monday Night Raw where we have more likes than dislikes. All right, thank you. And with that, I am over.